guys, welcome to Coffee Chalk with Dion. I am Dion Jewell. I am a Chalk Couture independent designer, and I'm going to show you one of our Try Me kits on our board and base tonight. And I'm also going to show you this other technique for watercoloring. So I just want to share this to my VIP group. So if you're just hopping on, please say hello. Let me know that you're there. If you're watching me live, you can type hashtag live in the comments. There's a little red box above my head. And if you are watching the replay, please I'm all tongue-tied. Feel free to share and type. Now I'm getting myself all confused. If you're watching the replay, type replay in the comments. I'll get it straight. Okay. I am hosting co-hosting a virtual chalk night with my team, and I'm inviting everyone to join us that night. The only obligation is buying a Try Me kit. There's 6 different Try Me kits in our catalog, and I have a link in the description above with all the 6 Try Me kits. And This House Was Clean Yesterday was one of the Try Me kits. I do recommend, if you are a beginner, to purchase one of the ones with the board and base, because it's easily washed off and it's easily like you can correct mistakes on this surface. This is the Chalk Couture boutique surface, so it's great for new chalkers to start out with. You definitely want to try something like this. And this is This House Was Clean Yesterday. Sorry you missed it. Oops. So we're definitely going to do that tonight. And I'm also going to show you this other technique that I saw with watercoloring. Let me just put this transfer back on here. I was playing around with the watercoloring earlier with my coffee transfer. And I kind of just hopped on here. Didn't really get everything prepped because I just wanted to say hey and talk to you guys about what was going on with that chalk night. So I have an event on my page. If you go to my page and then scroll over to one of the menu items, it says events, and there is a link to check out that event information. I have a couple transfers that I'm working on some things with. This is what I'm going to watercolor, so that I want on top. But I'm going to show you the Try Me kit first. Let me grab my white chalk paste, because I didn't even grab my paste yet. And my teal. And I already have my black out that I want for later. So this is Couture Teal. And I've labeled them. I label them myself. They don't come like that. They have a label on the bottom. And this is Bright White. So the first thing we're going to do, and it doesn't come with a ribbon, it's just I put this ribbon on it. This was the one that I had used for snuggle weather, but now that we're getting into spring, or we're in spring now, finally, yay! We're going to change this board out from the one it had. I already cleaned it off. All you have to do to get your paste off your board, spray it with some water, let it sit 30 seconds or less, and then you can start scraping it off. We do have a paste scraper, but you could even use a credit card and you can get it off that way. The Try Me kit comes with 2 paste packets. This Try Me kit that we're doing comes in white and Couture Teal, so you'll receive 2 Try Me kits. 2 paste packets, your transfer. This is a silkscreen transfer, your board and base, and a small squeegee, I believe, which is a small squeegee. I believe that's everything the kit comes with. Yes. So you'll get everything you need to do this project in your kit. Now we have, like I said, 6 other kits. So the other kits also have a box frame. The other day we did a bunny rabbit on a box frame. That's one of the surfaces. And there's also a 5x7 palette board. A little while back we did Stay Cozy on a palette board, a 5x7 palette board. So those are really nice surfaces. However, typically we tell you to wax that type of surface because it's a wood surface, and anything wood or painted or non-Chalk Couture, you definitely want to wax first. This is, like I said, the Couture Boutique surface. This was a surface that actually Chalk Couture created themselves, so it's very durable and it's reusable and it's double-sided. But for beginners, I definitely recommend this surface, and you can use it over and over again. So we're just going to show this one real quick, and then I'm going to show you this watercolor technique I saw, which was really neat, and I played with it earlier. Oops. Boom. And it was so much fun. I've got so much stuff on this desk. Things flopping over. All right, I'm just going to write on the back of my transfer. I'm going to write back so I know that this is the back, because you don't want to attach your silk screen, your transfer, to this side, because it'll tear. It's like paper, so it'll tear that off. So you definitely want to write on the back, because this side is glossy. I don't know if you guys can see that. You want to fuzz your transfer when you're using it for the first time. You want to make sure it's fuzzed pretty well. Our transfers are pretty sticky, the new formulation that we have. Everything is non-toxic. It cleans up with just regular cold water right from the tap. If you don't have a fuzzing cloth, it's okay. You can use a t-shirt. You can use a hand towel. Hi. It's my daughter, Madison. And with the board and base, there's a groove in this base. So you want to make sure that you line your design up and account for that groove. It's actually longer because I have ribbon covering it. So I always recommend that you place this, thank you, baby, at the top of your board. Bye. Which will then give you room at the bottom. So I've just placed that on after I fuzzed it, and there's extra room. Miss Lisa says, hi, Maddie. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? So there's a little bit extra room at the bottom so that when I place it in here, it won't interfere with the chalked image. Okay? So we're just going to make sure we don't have any bubbles, and I usually would take the back of the squeegee. This is thicker. It's got an angled, beveled edge here, and I'll use the back side because it's just a little bit stronger, and go over that. Make sure it doesn't have any bubbles. If it has bubbles, you'll hear some pop, pop, pop. I think I'm going to do I think it goes white, and then, sorry you missed it, is in teal. So I'm going to take some of my white paste. And this is the old formula, so I'm going to start at the top and pull down. I definitely need to put more on here. They've reformulated all of the paste. So everyone who buys paste now and paste packets, it'll all be, oh, I just missed it. Sugar, that's got to be teal. I love when I get talking and then I forget what I'm doing. So you know what? It's good because I'm going to show you how to fix it if you do what I just did. So I'm going to clean this off. Okay. And I'm going to peel this up. I hit the H. I always do that with my nail at the top trying to peel up. I'm going to peel this off to the side and leave it partially attached. And then I'm going to just dry that area. Now this is a heat tool, so it does get too hot. You do not want to get this near your transfer. So let me just, where's my paper towels? I'm going to set this down. It's fine. It's not gonna, nothing's gonna happen to it. I'm gonna wet my paper towel. And I'm gonna take off this section. And that's how easy it is to correct your error. Just wipes right off because I didn't let this part dry. I was really blow drying the very top. Okay. All right. I have a little smudge here. We're going to wipe that off. Comes right off. I'm just going to give this another little tiny dry away from my transfer so I don't melt my transfer. Now, the reason I dried it already is because I want to place the transfer back down on it to fill in the bottom correctly. So I'm going to show you. I'm just going to put this down. I am going to rub this back. Hopefully that section comes out. I'm thinking I should take it off. You know what? Let's do it the right way. Let's not mess around. Let me clean the bottom of this line. I have a board eraser. I'm just going to clean that line and make sure that the paste is out. Why mess it up, right? Do it right. Just going to put some water and clean that bottom line out. Because the chalk, if it dries in the silk screen, you're not going to get a good image. Okay. Oops. Let me just dry this. And hope this works. I should probably, now I'm thinking, I'm like doing this live. I should probably just wash the whole thing. You know what? We're gonna, because otherwise, you know, I'm gonna mess it up. I'm using a disinfectant wipe. That's apparently not very wet. I'm just gonna take some water, add that, clean some of this off. What? That one was really dry. I just used a couple of these earlier today and they were really wet. There we go. You don't want to use a baby wipe, but you can use an antibacterial wipe. And this just gets the chalk. You want to do front and back too when you're cleaning. And it just gets the chalk out of the silk screen area. Hey, Andy. I'm fixing a boo-boo if you're popping in because I went too far down with my white. So I'm cleaning off my transfer to make sure I do it the right way. Oh, let's put this back over here. I'm putting it in the microfiber side of my buzzing cloth. And you can just use a microfiber cloth, like anything like that. I'm drying it up. And that should be, actually, that should be good. Good enough. Okay, we're gonna just make sure that this area is clean. This should be totally dry. I want to make sure my hand's not wet. Okay. Let me put my glasses on because I can't see. What's going on with you guys? How is your Tuesday? Andy, I saw your live earlier. I caught the very end of it. Oh, somebody's at the door, Maddie. I'm sure it's for you. I'm gonna eyeball. It doesn't have to be exactly lined up because I'm just doing the bottom line. Maddie, somebody's got to get the door. I'm not even pressing that down. I'm just gonna put this section down. Yeah. I said it's probably Jasmine or Ella. We just ate dinner, so I think they're coming to watch. Coming to call on Madison. Alright, I'm just going to do this bottom line in the Couture teal. Now, if I did it right the first time, I would not have gone all the way down with my white. It looks like it's got coverage. I'm going to carefully lift this up, and we're going to peel that. Boom. I'm going to set this to the side so I can wash it in the sink when I'm done. We're going to give it a little dry. And I'm going to take my detail tool. This is the tool that has like a mini, really mini, micro mini squeegee end and a sharp point on this end. That's the tool I'm going to use to fix where I hit with my nail. And I'm just going to do a little scratch off up here.
With Chris.
Okay. I'm just cleaning up the bottom because I must have had chalk on that wipey. And there. This house was cleaned yesterday. Sorry you missed it. And I'm just going to add that to this. I'll have to change out the bow because this is not the same color. I wanted to do this in the colors that were in the picture for you guys, but I actually may change that to the darker blue. That's the one project. That's how easy it is. You can wash it right off like you saw me take off Mist It. Wash that off and redid it, clean my transfer again. Now you have the back side that you can do something else with. So that's one project done. Just going to set it to the side. And now I'm going to close up this paste because I'm going to be using black for the next one. And where's my tray? If you guys are new to Chalk Couture and have any questions, feel free to ask away. You can ask questions anytime in the comments. I will review them. Oh, right in. Just clean this stuff up. And we're going to switch, and I'm going to show you this really cool watercolor thing that I saw. It was really awesome. And this is only one way to do watercolor because there's other ways to do it. But I thought this was a fun way. And I loved how it came out too. Just clean this up. If you guys want to get into my VIP group, type VIP in the comments. I do run sales in there. I'm going to be using the Wild and Free transfer. This is this month's Club Couture. And we're going to be using watercolor paper. So I'm going to grab that. Just one sheet of watercolor paper. And you're going to need a plastic bag. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, now the last time I did this, I did wax my paper. I think I've seen it done without it being waxed, but I'm live, so I'm kind of afraid to do it without it being waxed. So I think I'll just throw a light coat of wax on. This is our surface wax. It's by Chalk Couture. It is odorless, non-toxic. It's clear. You can use other waxes, like from Home Depot and Lowe's, that are, what shall I call it? Like min wax or something that I've seen people use. But it's like a block. It's like a soft candle texture. It's not liquid. It's not like a paint. Because I've seen in Michael's has like a wax that's like a paint in their painting department. You don't want that. So the reason I'm waxing this too is because this is paper, and we don't want our transfer to stick right to the paper. I forgot to put my other light on, and I'm really dark. So obviously you guys have known I've used this transfer before, so it's already got it written on the back. I'm just going to give it one fuzz, and then we're going to put it down. And what I'm doing is I'm going to put an image in the background of what I'm doing. And then you can frame this or whatever, cut it out. Just going to try to center it the best I can. Just going to press down these silkscreen areas. We're doing this one color. Just doing it black. Actually, you know what? I've never actually used this before for putting my ink on, or my paste on. Maybe I should try it. Just gonna stir up my black. Actually, I used it earlier. I don't have to. I'm gonna put some across the top. This is the 4-inch squeegee, and this is the old style. They've redesigned it where everything now is all the same color. It's, I don't know if you guys can tell because of the camera, and the lighting in here, but this is like a really green, and this is the teal of everything else. So they've redesigned this, and it's actually more pliable too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my large 4-inch squeegee and drag the paste down. I guess I'm going to need a lot more. Like I said, I've not used this to paste before. I don't even like it, to be honest, this big one, because it's hard. It's not soft, and that's why they redesigned it. I'm going to use this. Yeah, I feel like you get a lot more control with the smaller ones. I think I have a bleed under here too, but it's okay. I'm just showing you guys the technique. I'm just using black paste because I want it to pop in the background. I'm going to start taking my paste off and putting it back in the jar. All this excess. The paper, because it is watercolor paper, it will bubble up a little bit, you know, but it's fine because you can press it when you're done too, once it's dry, and it will, it'll be fine. Now right now this looks like a mess, but wait till this comes off because this one's going to look so cool. Okay. Make sure I don't have anything on my fingers. Like I said, I did have a bubble. See that? Ooh. So pretty. We're going to wash that transfer up later. So far this is what we have, and this is on the watercolor paper. This is just regular water I keep handy to wipe my hands. Make sure I don't have the chalk. This is gonna have to dry. I do have one little bleed, but it's right at the bottom of the R. It's fine. Otherwise it looks great. I did hear a pop when like a bubble popping. I chose to do this on the side of the paper that would have less texture, so it wouldn't bleed in Feels pretty good. Still feels like slightly damp. You could feel the dampness in the paper. This is just like I said, watercolor paper. I picked it up at Michael's. Target sells it too, even in their craft area, because they've changed their craft area a lot. I don't know if you guys have seen that. I was really impressed when I went into Walmart recently and I saw their craft department. I was like, when did they do this? There's so many good things in there, so many good finds in Walmart. I was so surprised because I don't go to Walmart. I just don't like going to Walmart. Around here, maybe? I don't know. I don't like going to Walmart. The people that go to Walmart are a little on the strange side. So I don't go to Walmart. So now you're going to take your plastic bag. And this is where you can get creative. Grab your son or your daughter's markers. This is what I could dig up of hers. I know she has a ton more, but who the heck knows where they are? Oh, and let me close this piece. Sorry. Because it's the old formula. You really need to get it closed. It'll dry out. So now you're just going to take markers and you're going to add splashes of color all over the paper. You just fill it in. No rhyme or reason. Just keep going and going until you fill the paper. That's why I like the fat markers too, because they fill quicker. These little skinny ones, you gotta really add more. But I couldn't find all her markers. You know how many times I bought her markers? Especially for school. And you could do it any design you want. Would I start out with purple? Let's do some more purple down here. I don't really like how this red came out, but it doesn't really show well. Oh wait, you know what? It's coming out better now. Earlier when I did it, it barely wanted to come out. Let me do some red down here. And this is just a Ziploc bag. Do some blue up here. I'm just putting color all over because I want to make sure that I fill that sheet with color. Oops. It's like, why is that not going on? Let's see, orange, pink. I don't have another pink. And you could always fill in more. Oh, you know what? I only have one green blotch. Okay. Those are all just Crayola markers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fine mist sprayer. You could use any fine mist sprayer, and I'm going to spray it with water. Now I used the other one last time and I felt like it was too much, but let's put some more on. You're going to take your paper. Now this is completely dry. Now how I did it was I went like this. Let me just make sure it's centered. And you move it around. And you let that paper absorb some of that water. I'm going to flip it. See how all those colors are blending? And then you take this off. Look how cool that is. You know what? I'm gonna rub some color down here, fill that in. And this is all Crayola washable markers. And then I'm going to clean that up and I'm going to blot some of that harsh blotches away. How cool is that? This would look so pretty framed. And it looks so pretty. Andy, you have no idea what I'm doing. I know. Isn't that awesome? That is a chalk design and then watercolored right on top. And it came out awesome. And I saw this, another designer popped it up. And I did this one earlier. I clipped it over here to dry. But I was messing around with this earlier, and this is the one I did earlier. And you could cut that out into a square and put that in a frame. But this is this month's Club Couture. You still have about 8 or so days to grab this transfer, wild and free. If you want to get it, you join Club at my website. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Lisa. I love the technique. I think it's awesome. When I go live next, not sure when, probably I'll try to go tomorrow. I never know what I'm doing, so I don't really have a set schedule. But there's another way to do watercolors, and it's just using all of our chalk paste. And that's a really cool technique. But this was a marker technique that I thought was really cool. So this is what we did today. We did the Try Me kit. This is just showing you how to do the board and base. And also one of the kits that we have available for our chalk night, which is April 29th. There is an event listing on my website if you're interested to try Chalk Couture. These kits are awesome. They're all around. There's about 6 different kits that you can choose from. They're all about $20 and then plus tax and shipping. But this board is definitely the best for a new user. And then this is this month's Club Couture, Wild and Free. Last month we had the Go in the Direction of Your Dreams with the arrows. And then this is exclusive, this transfer, to designers and club members. Club members also get discounted shipping on all their orders, $4.95. Club is only a 3-month subscription of $19.99 a month US, $26.99 a month Canadian. And right now, this month's special is a triple play pack or something of chalk paste. It's the new Creamy Dreamy chalk paste that everyone is raving about because they finally fixed our paste where it doesn't dry out anymore. You don't even need to add water to it. You can choose from one of 2 3-packs for 25% off as a club member. But it's really amazing, the club. I really enjoy being part of that. And if you want to get in my VIP group, type VIP in the comments. There's also a link in the description above. There's also information and a link above for Club Couture. And if you're interested in joining my team or becoming a hobbyist and joining my team that way, you're more than welcome. You can type join in the comments and I can get you more information on what Chalk Couture has to offer, the commission, and all that. And you would get discounts off your products that you're buying for yourself as a hobbyist. That's all I have for you guys tonight. You're going to have to steal some more of your daughter's watercolor paper. Yep, go grab it. And you have to try it. It's awesome. Is it? I just touched this wet still. This one's still wet. This one's dry as a bone. This was just one of our coffee transfers. This one says, first I drink coffee, then I do things. Which is so me. I don't even eat breakfast until I've had my coffee. So I start coffee around 8 o'clock and I could be drinking for an hour or 2 sometimes. And I don't even eat. So thank you guys for stopping and I really appreciate you being here. Please sprinkle this video. That's that SHRE button down in the left. Or if you're watching online up top. I would greatly appreciate it. It would help me out a lot. Have a great Tuesday night and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Bye-bye.